Imagine a shield so powerful it covers every area of your life, bringing a peace that surpasses all understanding. Sounds incredible, right? Well, here's the amazing truth. This isn't some fantasy. It's real, and it's available to you right now. I'm talking about the power of Jesus' blood. And in just a few minutes, you'll discover why this celestial shield is unlike anything you've heard before. Get ready, because I'm about to show you how to tap into this incredible force to protect your family like never before. What you're about to learn could change everything. Hey guys, it's Damon. Have you ever had that feeling in the pit of your stomach that something's just not right with your family? Like there's this invisible force messing things up, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Well, let me tell you, you're not alone. What if I told you that this feeling might be more real than you think? Here's the thing, we are dealing with spiritual warfare, and it's hitting our families hard. You might be thinking, come on, that sounds a bit out there. But stick with me, because this could change everything for you and your loved ones. Let's get real for a moment. Did you know that nearly half of all marriages in the U.S. end in divorce? And that's just the start. Families are falling apart. Kids are struggling with anxiety and depression like never before. It's crazy how much pressure our families are under these days. All these problems, they're connected to what's happening in the spiritual realm. It's like termites slowly eating away at a home's foundation. You might not see it, but the damage is real. Now I know what you might be thinking. Spiritual attacks? Really? But trust me, it's as real as it gets. It shows up in ways you probably don't expect. Ever had a streak of bad luck that just won't quit? Or maybe your kids are acting out for no reason, or your marriage feels strained even though nothing's really wrong? These could all be signs that you're under attack. Let me tell you about the Johnsons. They seemed to have it all together, but suddenly everything started falling apart. Job loss, troubled kids, night terrors. They tried everything to fix things, but nothing worked. Most people would think, man, they're just having a rough time. But what if all these problems were symptoms of something deeper, something spiritual? As these pressures build, it's clear that our defense must be as unique as the problem itself. And that's where the blood of Jesus comes in. I know it sounds intense, but hear me out. It's like a spiritual force field that can surround and protect your family. It's the ultimate defense against those invisible attacks we talked about earlier. But here's the crazy part. Most people have no idea how to tap into this power. They might go to church, say their prayers, but they're not really using the full protection that's available to them. It's like having a state-of-the-art security system in your house, but never turning it on. Can you imagine how much safer your family could be if you knew how to use this powerful tool? Alright, let's talk about something that's going to blow your mind. You know how some families just seem to have it all together? They're happy, successful, and everything just flows smoothly for them. Ever wonder what their secret is? Well, I am about to let you in on something huge. Here's the deal. Your family's spiritual environment is like a garden, and just like a garden, it needs regular care and maintenance. But even if you're going to church and praying regularly, there might be some hidden issues growing without you even realizing it. These issues can sneak up on even the most devout Christian families. It's crazy how they can build up over time, slowly affecting your family's peace and happiness. You might not even notice it at first, but suddenly you're dealing with constant arguments, stress, and a feeling that something's just off. Imagine you're sitting at home, scrolling through social media. You see a post that makes you angry or anxious. Maybe it's about politics or some bad news from across the world. Before you know it, that negative energy has seeped into your mood. You snap at your kids, argue with your spouse, and suddenly your whole house feels tense. But it's not just social media. These influences can come from all sorts of places: TV shows, music, even negative relationships in your life. And the scariest part? They don't just affect you, they ripple out to your whole family. Your kids pick up on that tension. Your marriage starts to feel strained. Now I know what you're thinking, but I'm a good Christian. I go to church, I pray, I try to live right. And that's awesome. But here's the thing. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded by these spiritual pollutants. fear, anxiety, negative thought patterns. They're everywhere. But don't worry, because I've got some amazing news for you. There's a powerful antidote to all this spiritual pollution. It's something so potent, so incredible, that it can completely transform your family's spiritual environment. Are you ready for this? It's the blood of Jesus. Now, I know that might sound intense if you're not used to it, but stick with me here because this is life-changing stuff. The Bible tells us that the blood of Jesus isn't just about forgiveness. It's a powerful cleansing agent that can purify our very souls. Hebrews 9:14 says, "How much more will the blood of Christ purify our conscience from dead works to serve the living God?" Here's how it works. First, recognize those negative influences in your life. Maybe it's that gossipy friend who always leaves you feeling drained, or that TV show that seemed harmless but keeps putting negative thoughts in your head. Once you've identified these pollutants, you literally speak out loud, inviting God's protection and cleansing into your home and over your loved ones. You might say something like, "Lord, I plead the blood of Jesus over my home. I ask that your blood would cleanse us from any negative influences and protect us from spiritual attacks." You can do this for each member of your family, for your marriage, even for specific situations you're facing. The effects can be immediate and powerful. Families who practice this kind of spiritual cleansing often report amazing changes. I'm talking improved relationships, a sense of peace in the home, even physical healings. It's like hitting a reset button on your family's spiritual health. But here's the really exciting part. This isn't just about getting rid of the bad stuff. It's about inviting in something incredible. When you plead the blood of Jesus, you're inviting the very life of God into your family situation. Can you imagine what that could do for your kids, for your marriage? All right, let's talk about something that keeps so many of us up at night, money stress. You know that feeling when the bills are piling up and you're not sure how to make ends meet? It's like this heavy weight on your chest. But what if I told you there's a way to break free from all that financial pressure for good? Here's the thing, money troubles often go deeper than just not having enough cash. Ever heard of generational curses? It's like financial struggles can be passed down through families, but the Bible tells us we can be redeemed from the empty way of life, handed down from our ancestors. That means whatever financial struggles have been haunting your family can be broken through faith. Now, here's where it gets exciting. The power of Jesus' blood can transform your bank account too. When we plead the blood of Jesus over our finances, we're presenting a spiritual case before God. We're saying, "Hey God, I know you've promised provision for your children. I'm claiming that promise right now." But how does it actually work? First, we've got to shift our mindset about money. Instead of focusing on what we lack, we start thanking God for what we have. Creflo Dollar says we shouldn't despise small beginnings, because with faith, those small things can grow into something amazing. Now let's plead the blood of Jesus over our finances. This isn't just some ritual. It's a powerful declaration of faith. You're saying, "God, I trust you with my money. I'm covering every aspect of my finances with the blood of Jesus." When you do this consistently with real faith behind it, amazing things start to happen. I've seen people get unexpected job offers and watched as seemingly impossible debts were miraculously paid off. It's like the floodgates of heaven just open up. But it's not just about getting more money. It's about inviting God's wisdom into your financial decisions and breaking free from the stress that money problems bring. Can you imagine what that would do for your family? No more fights about bills, no more lying awake at night worried about the next paycheck. I want to share something incredible with you. There's this testimony I read that blew my mind. This person was in such a dark place, dealing with suicidal thoughts and physical pain. But through prayer and faith, they experienced a total turnaround. Their whole life changed, including their spiritual connection with God and their financial situation. That's the power of aligning our lives, including our finances, with God's will. It's not always instant, and it's not always easy. But I promise you, it's worth it. Are you ready to break free from financial stress and step into God's abundance? Let's do this together. Hey everyone, let's talk about something that might just change your life. Generational curses. I know it sounds intense, but stick with me here. Imagine your family tree as this huge ancient oak. Now what if I told you that sometimes those deep roots can carry hidden toxins that affect every branch and leaf? That's kind of what a generational curse is like. You see, in many families there are these patterns that keep showing up generation after generation. Maybe it's always struggling with money, or battling addiction, or even health issues that just won't go away. It's like this invisible force that's been holding your whole family back for years. But here's the thing, there's hope. And it comes from something so powerful, it can break any curse out there. I'm talking about the blood of Jesus. Now you might be thinking, what does that even mean? Let me break it down for you. Pleading the blood of Jesus is like showing up in God's courtroom with the most powerful evidence possible. It's a way of declaring your freedom and breaking those generational chains. And the results, they're absolutely mind-blowing. So how do you actually do this? It's simpler than you might think. First, take a good look at your family history. Then, start pleading the blood of Jesus over those specific areas. Declare out loud that those curses are broken by Christ's sacrifice. Do this consistently. Many believers say daily is best. Keep at it, even when you don't see results right away. Now I know this might sound a little out there if you've never done it before, but let me tell you, the results speak for themselves. I've heard so many testimonies from families who've practiced this. They've experienced total transformation, healing from past traumas, breaking free from cycles of addiction and dysfunction. It's like watching a family tree get completely replanted and start growing healthy branches for the first time ever. It's not just about addressing spiritual issues. It's about creating a whole new atmosphere in your home. Families who engage in these spiritual practices often report a renewed sense of hope and connection. Can you imagine what it would be like to break free from those old patterns and start a new legacy for your family? So, are you ready to break those generational curses once and for all? It's time to tap into the power of Jesus' blood and watch as those old chains fall away. Trust me, your future self will thank you for taking this step. Let's do this together. Wow! Can you believe how powerful pleading the blood of Jesus can be for your family? It's a real, practical tool you can use every day. Imagine saying, I plead the blood of Jesus over my family and home. It's like an invisible shield of protection for your loved ones, health, and finances. Here's the thing, try this for yourself. Start these prayers in your daily routine. Can you see your family thriving under this divine protection? Ready to take this step of faith? It could be the game changer your family needs. God's protection is His promise to us. When we activate it through Jesus' blood, amazing things happen. Why wait? Start pleading the blood of Jesus over your family today and watch incredible changes unfold. Stay blessed by the best.